Okay, firstly, apologies for the slightly scruffy appearance. I'm in the middle of helping to build a water tower that you might be able to see over my right shoulder. But I felt it important to make this video right now, and the reason is as follows. As a result of my previous video, or one of my previous videos in which I named 3 corrupt judges, I've been contacted by various people. And some of those people have got some absolutely disgraceful tales of corruption to tell. And I really don't know what to do about it other than spread awareness about the problem. The basic problem is your entire legal and political structure, for that matter, is based around criminality. And the corruption is so rife now, it is actually blatantly done in the open. When I named the 3 judges in my previous video, people were commenting below that video, saying, oh, if I had my proof I should go to the courts, blah blah blah, go to the higher courts. What is the point of that? The entire system, as I've said, is corrupt. The police are involved, the lawyers are involved, and the judges are involved. And what are they involved with? They're involved with taking money from criminals. This is not how it should work. I've got plenty of examples now of where a criminal is walking free because he's paid everybody off. And my favourite example is this Aju Sindali bastard. He's only walking free because he's paid off the judges, he's paid off the cops, he's paid off the politicians, he's paid off everybody. And the people that lose out in all this is the innocent victims. It's the same with any type of crime against anybody in Goa. The innocent victim is losing out because the system is so damn corrupt. I'll give you one example that's been brought to my attention. There's a girl there by the name of Tanya Fraser who has been fighting for justice, and she's so far been fighting a losing battle. She was raped, and when she tried to make the complaint against the guy from UP who raped her, it's quite obvious to me what's happened, and Tanya agrees with me that he paid off the cops and he paid off everybody else, so that when she tried to complain against it, the cops didn't want to. Not only did they not want to know, they ended up filing a fictitious case, and I think possibly 2 fictitious cases against her. And as I said, she's been fighting for justice ever since. And wherever she goes, whatever she tries to do, she's getting nowhere. Now at this point I would like to name a couple of corrupt lawyers. One of them you will definitely have heard of, and the other one maybe not so much, but they're both corrupt. Excuse the appearance of this cat. The 2 lawyers that I'm going to name, the first one is Erez Rodriguez. He's one of Goa's biggest crooks. He resorts to extortion via blackmail as his main weapon. And sometimes he gets caught out, it doesn't go according to plan. And for example, in the instance where he tried to blackmail Vinod Palika, he ended up not with egg on his face, but quite literally with ink in his face. That backfired. He was trying to extort money. That's what he does. That's how Erez Rodriguez makes most of his money. Get down, cat. Now the other guy I'm going to name is a guy called Gautam Pednikar. Tanya Fraser went to Goan for help. If he was any half-decent lawyer, he would have helped, and he would have done so for free. But somebody had already tipped him off that she was going to visit him. And he was already on the side of the police and the corrupt judicial system. So Goan, if you're watching this is your karma. Everybody is knowing your name now as a corrupt lawyer. Remember this is to all lawyers out there. Remember this thing. The job of a lawyer is to keep innocent people out of prison and to jail crooks. It's not the other way around. If you're a lawyer and you're colluding with a criminal, you are also a criminal. And that includes you, Mr. Pednica, and it includes you, Mr. Ares Rodriguez. You are criminals. You are colluding with criminals. It makes you as bad as they are. Same applies to the judges. The judges is a different story. As I said in my previous video, the judges are only judges because their parents have paid for them to get good jobs so that they can impress their neighbours and say, oh, look at my son, he's a bloody judge. Look at my daughter, she's a judge. Didn't she do well? No, they didn't do well. This is rich people's corrupt money buying their sons and daughters positions of power. And then because the parents are corrupt in doing that, the sons and daughters are corrupt and you end up with a set of corrupt judges. It's exactly the same with the police. They're all corrupt. They have to pay to become policemen. And don't tell me they don't. For fuck's sake, whoever's saying that they don't need to pay, grow up, wise up. I know the facts. I know the figures. Constable has to pay about 5 lakhs, and it's usually to the MLA of that area. The one example that I know specifically, well, I could name the MLA, but that would help you to identify the person that told me, possibly. But it still happens. So anybody who says that this sort of thing doesn't happen, wake up. It's happening right in front of your noses. Cops are paying for positions. Judges are paying for positions. Lawyers are all part of the little game. They don't care about whether justice is done because they just go and stand in court and collect their fees. The only people suffering are the innocent victims. Your system is screwed. It's totally screwed. And the only solution that I can think is that somebody needs to call in the army, have president's rule in Goa, and get rid of the police force in their entirety, get rid of the judicial system there and start again from scratch with people that you know and trust to do the right thing. Apologies for the cat. Her name is Safi.